Your cat is talking to you all day long. Not with words, of course, but with their tail, their eyes, their ears, their posture, their voice, even with the way they choose to sit next to you. The strange part is that most cat owners do notice these signals. They just don't always understand what they mean. A flicking tail can mean excitement or irritation. A purr can mean contentment or sometimes even stress. And when a cat rolls over and shows you their belly, that does not always mean, "Please rub me." If you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you trying to tell me right now?" This video is for you. And if you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, subscribe to Feline Minds and tap the like button. Because once you start reading these signals properly, you may never look at your cat the same way again. Let's start with one of the easiest places to look first. A cat's tail can reveal a lot, but only if you pay attention to the shape, the speed, and the rest of the body around it. If your cat approaches you with their tail held upright, that's usually a very positive sign. It often means they're relaxed, confident, and happy to greet you. If the tip curls slightly, almost like a question mark, that can be an especially friendly signal. It often appears when a cat is feeling social and comfortable. But once the tail starts moving sharply, the message changes. A tail flicking hard from side to side usually means your cat is becoming overstimulated, annoyed, or intensely focused. A lot of people misread this because they compare it to a happy dog's wagging tail. But cats are different. A rapidly moving tail is often a warning that your cat's mood is shifting. If the tail drops low or tucks close to the body, that usually suggests fear, insecurity, or tension. And if the tail puffs up and looks bigger than normal, your cat is trying to appear larger. That often happens when they feel frightened, threatened, or suddenly startled. So the tail is not just decoration, it's one of your cat's clearest mood signals, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. If you want to know how emotionally comfortable your cat feels, watch the eyes. One of the sweetest and most famous cat signals is the slow blink. When a cat looks at you and slowly closes their eyes, they're showing that they feel safe enough to soften their guard. It's often described as a sign of trust, and many cats will even respond if you slow blink back. A relaxed expression with soft eyes and no tension around the face is another good sign that your cat feels at ease. But big, wide pupils can mean several different things. Sometimes they appear during play, sometimes during excitement, sometimes during fear, and sometimes during sudden alertness. So large pupils do not automatically mean one specific emotion. Context matters. If your cat has wide pupils while crouched low with tense muscles, that's very different from wide pupils during playful zoomies around the living room. A direct stare can also mean different things depending on the rest of the body. Some cats will look directly at the people they trust, but a hard, unblinking stare in a tense situation can be a sign of discomfort or confrontation. So instead of asking, "What do the eyes mean on their own?" ask, "What are the eyes saying along with the tail, ears, and posture?" That's when cat language starts becoming much easier to read. Before many cats do anything obvious with the rest of their body, the ears often give the first clue. Ears facing forward usually show attention and interest. Your cat is focused, curious, and engaged with what's going on. If the ears rotate sideways, your cat may be monitoring sounds around them. They're alert, but not necessarily upset. If the ears flatten backward or pin tightly against the head, take that seriously. That usually signals fear, irritation, or defensive tension. This is where people often make mistakes. They keep petting, keep approaching, or keep trying to interact because the cat hasn't walked away yet. But the ears already gave the warning. You can sometimes see the same thing in the whiskers and face. A relaxed face, soft whiskers, and calm expression usually mean your cat is comfortable. A tense face with ears back is a sign to give them space. Cats are subtle. They often tell you they're uncomfortable before they ever hiss or swat. You just have to catch the earlier signs. Posture matters because it tells you whether your cat feels safe, cautious, playful, or defensive. A cat stretched out on their side, lounging comfortably, is usually deeply relaxed. A loaf position, paws tucked neatly underneath, often means your cat feels safe enough to rest while still staying aware of their surroundings. A crouched posture is different. If your cat is held low to the ground, muscles tense, ready to move, they may be worried, uncertain, or preparing to react. An arched back can mean two very different things. During play, it may be exaggerated and bouncy. During fear, it can be a defensive effort to look bigger. And then there's the belly. When a cat rolls over and exposes their belly, many people assume it means, touch here. Sometimes it might. But very often it simply means, I feel safe enough to be vulnerable around you. That is trust, not always permission. If you go straight for the belly and your cat suddenly grabs your hand with all four paws, they weren't betraying you. You just misread the signal. Understanding your cat better often means noticing the compliment without taking advantage of it. Some of the clearest signs of feline affection are easy to miss because they seem so small. If your cat rubs against your legs, presses their face into you, or bumps you gently with their head, that's usually a strong social signal. They may be mixing affection with scent marking, which is their way of making you part of their familiar world. That's what makes head bumps so special. Your cat is not just touching you, they are including you. If your cat kneads with their paws while on a blanket, cushion, or even on you, it often reflects comfort and emotional security. It's a behavior many cats carry from kittenhood into adult life. If they lick your hair or skin, that can also be social grooming. In cat language, grooming is not casual, it's intimate, it's something shared with trusted companions. Even sitting near you can be meaningful. Not every affectionate cat needs to be in your lap. Some show love by simply choosing your space. The cat who quietly sleeps beside you, follows you from room to room, or sits with their back turned toward you may be showing enormous trust. With cats, affection is often quieter than people expect, but it can be very deep. Cats also speak with their voices, and over time, many develop special sounds just for their humans. A short meow can be a greeting. A repeated meow can be a request. A louder, more demanding meow might mean your cat wants food, attention, access, or immediate help with something they care about very much. Some cats trill or chirp when they're excited to see you or when they want you to follow them. A low growl or hiss is very different. That's not a conversation starter. That is distance-making communication. Your cat is telling you clearly that they feel threatened, defensive, or overwhelmed. And then there's purring. Purring is often linked to comfort, and many cats do purr when they are happy and relaxed. But purring is not always a simple happiness signal. Cats can also purr when they are stressed, unwell, or trying to soothe themselves. So again, context matters. A cat purring while curled up peacefully beside you is different from a cat purring while withdrawn, tense, or not acting like themselves. The voice matters, but the whole cat matters more. Let's quickly clear up a few signals people often get wrong. A wagging tail does not usually mean the same thing as it does in dogs. A belly display is not always an invitation for belly rubs. Purring does not always mean happiness. A cat hiding does not automatically mean they dislike you. Sometimes it means they are overstimulated, tired, uncertain, or simply feel safer observing from a distance. And a cat watching you from across the room is not necessarily being cold. In many cases, they're staying connected in a way that feels safe to them. When people say cats are confusing, this is usually why. The signals are there. They're just quieter, more layered, and more context-dependent than people expect. Once you start understanding your cat's signals, the next step is learning how to respond in a way that builds trust. Move more slowly, let your cat come to you when possible. Offer your hand instead of reaching straight over their head. Notice when they're enjoying contact and notice when they've had enough. If they slow blink at you, try it back. If they choose to sit near you, respect that moment instead of forcing more. If they walk away, let them. Good cat communication is not about controlling your cat. It's about showing them that they are safe, understood, and listened to. And that changes everything, because once your cat learns that you notice their signals and respect them, trust grows faster, deeper, and more naturally. So if you want to understand your cat better, don't just look for one big signal. Look at the tail, the eyes, the ears, the posture, the voice, and most importantly, the context. Your cat may be saying far more than you realized. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Feline Minds, give it a like, and let me know in the comments, which cat signal do you think people misunderstand the most?